All right. Hope everyone is living well in the twilight zone. The Gettysburg Racial Reconciliation event was great. I love fellowshipping with Pastor Manning and his crowd and Pastor Wally Drake, and I met James Neighbors and got to spend some time with Mickey Booth and her husband Fred, and just good folks. Atla, you know, the church at Atla. I mean, it's just, you know, when we go to eternity and I get to spend eternity with those folks, it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to spending time with folks like that. But I want to jump off on another topic. I just want to quickly share a train of thought that has come up in my mind recently and share an experience, and it's regarding these poor immigrant babies that are coming in, flooding over the border. And I go to a Bible study every Monday. It's a good Bible study, got some good folks in it, and one of the gentlemen in the Bible study stood up and he said, regarding these poor immigrant children that are coming over the border, and he read this verse here. Okay. It's Matthew 19, and it starts with verse 13. Then were the little children brought, I'm sorry, let me start over, I messed up. Then were there brought unto him little children, that he should put his hands on them, and pray, and the disciples rebuked them. But Jesus said, Suffer little children, and forbid them not to come unto me. For of such is the kingdom of heaven. And he laid his hands on them and departed thence. And I think the same scenario is also covered in Luke. So basically, suffer little children and forbid them not. And so after this gentleman read this verse in our Bible study, I guess the group was kind of like, wow, maybe we should let these poor little immigrant children into America. You know, he just read it from the Bible, forbid them not. Okay. All right. That doesn't say, by the way, let the poor little immigrant children come into America and, you know, have amnesty. That doesn't say that. But there's another aspect to this that I want to share with you guys. Before we get started of me sharing what I think you need to know about this issue, I need you to stop the video, and I'm going to put a link called Sockdolager, It's Not Yours to Give by Davy, Crockett. Now, if your heart is bleeding when you see these pictures and these poor little immigrant children, and you want to help them out so bad, my advice to you is, because you've had such a good job your whole life, and because you saved your money, and because you have a wealth put aside in your bank account, go withdraw from that wealth that you put aside, that you've earned, and you go help these children, right? But don't expect taxpayer money from people who have not had any say in the matter to go help the poor little children. If you feel an overwhelming desire to go help the little poor immigrant children, then you take your money, or you sell your car, or you sell your home, or whatever you have to do, and you personally go help them if God has called you to go help those poor little immigrant children. But don't break any laws, and don't bring them over the border illegally, and don't talk about giving them amnesty. Go read Sockdolager, It's Not Yours to Give. Now you say, Rudy, the Davy Crockett story is not biblical. Well, it's not. It is biblical. Hold on just a second. 2 Corinthians 9:7. 2 Corinthians 9:7. Every man according as he has purposeth in his heart, so let him give. It didn't say, so let him take taxpayer money from everybody in the country and give it away to the poor. That's not what it says. It says, every man according as he has purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly, or even of necessity. For God loveth a cheerful giver. So if you care so much about these poor little immigrant children, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to care about them, then why don't you promote, make YouTube videos, go stand on the street corner, go pass around the hat, and you collect money from willful givers, and you can devote your time and your money and your effort, and you go help them. And I might even help you out a little bit. I might even throw a few bucks your way, right? But whatever you do, do not take money from people who have not agreed with your cause just because your heart is bleeding over with charity, right? Take it away from everybody else and steal it from them, which that's what it is. It's stealing. You're breaking one of the 10 commandments and giving it to these poor little children. It's not yours to give, right? If you care so much about them, then you go help them. And I might help you help them. But that'll be done through the charity of my heart. It won't be by you stealing from me, right? There's a big difference in you convincing me to go help you do something out of the willfulness of my heart, charity of my heart, than it is you walking into my house, taking money out of my pocket and saying, we're going to use your money to go help these little babies. No, that ain't going to happen. As soon as you try to do that, you become a thief and you become my enemy is what happens. So that's my thoughts on all of these people. You know, I don't have anything against the gentleman who stood up and read that verse, but had I had the wherewithal to respond immediately in front of our Bible group, this is exactly the way that I would have responded. Okay? Let's all get together and go help the little children on our own. Let's don't take taxpayer money because it's not ours to give. I hope this made sense to you guys. I hope the point was driven home, and I pray that, you know, that you guys understood what I'm talking about. Okay? May God bless the righteous. May God bless those who study the Bible. May God bring justice to the wicked bastards ruining this country.